All right, guys, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to finish up what I didn't do with the last video, is just finish up these last problems where we're looking at making sure that we have all the formal charges as close to zero, if not to zero. So remember the rules, they're in your notes, but I'm looking to get any compound like this one that I'm showing here, water, every element on here needs to be zero. If it's an ion, so say like for sulfate, I am going to have that 2 minus charge, and I need to look at kind of which element it needs to be on. So when I look at this one, again, the way that I think about it, as long as hydrogen is in a bond, that means it has one bonding electron. It also has one valence electron. So if I know that it's in a bond, then I know that formal charge is automatically zero. Now, when I look at the oxygen atom, I have 2 pairs of electrons, that's 4 total, that belong to it, and then 2 bonding electrons. So it's got 6 assigned to it, and if you think about it, it also has 6 valence. So when I see that all of those are zeros like that, then I know that I've drawn this structure correctly. So that was one that I didn't do. I think I did PBr3. So the next one we're going to look at is ammonia at the top here. So again, as long as I see that hydrogen is in a bond, then I know that its formal charge is 0. I just don't even really have to think about that. But I need to double check the nitrogen. So if I look at nitrogen, it's got that pair of electrons on top of it, and then it's got 3 bonding electrons. Well, that means it's got 5. And if you have 5 assigned to it, and it has, if you look at it, it also has 5 valence electrons, that means it has a formal charge of 0. I apologize for flipping forward. If my arm hits this thing just right, it switches to the next page. All right, next one. The methane molecule, the CH4. So again, hydrogen's in a bond. I know it's good. These all have a formal charge of 0. And then when I look at carbon, it doesn't have any lone pairs, but it does have 4 bonding electrons around it, and it also has 4 valence electrons. So I don't do the math in my head a lot. I just kind of think that through and say, okay, as long as the electrons assigned to it in this molecule match the valence electrons, then I know I'm good. So down below, the HCN, again, hydrogen is 0. And then if I look at carbon, again, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 electrons assigned to it. It has 4 valence, so that's 0. And then when I look at the nitrogen, it's got these 2 right here, and there's 3, 4, and 5. And again, nitrogen has 5 valence electrons. So that tells me that I drew all these structures correctly. So if you find that you needed a double bond, you're going to catch that. If you didn't put the double bond, you're going to catch that by formal charge. It's almost like it's like a safety net for you to realize that, hey, I need to fix that structure. Assigned to it. Ooh, oops. Okay, so then we have some ions. Now remember, these are going to balance, like the sulfate's going to balance to that 2 minus charge. So some of these atoms will be carrying a charge. Now, the good thing about this is I've got 4 oxygen atoms that all look exactly the same. So if I figure out the charge of one of them, I'm going to have all of them. So if I look at the oxygen atom, any of them, I'm going to look at the one on the right. I've got 2 there, there's 4, there's 6, and it would have that 1 bonding there. So it's got 7 electrons assigned to it. Ooh, I don't want to draw that there because I may have to redo this. So I'm going to erase that really quick. So it's got 7 assigned to it, but oxygen has 6 valence. So each one of these oxygen atoms is sitting at 1 minus, which is probably going to be fine for some of them. They will be carrying a 2 minus charge, but not all of them. And if you take a look at sulfur, you're looking at an atom in the center that does not have a formal charge of 0 because it has 6 valence, but how many are around it? It only has 4 assigned to it right now. So that would be 6 minus 4. That sulfur is sitting in there with a 2 plus charge. Now, I don't think I said this in the video before, but for those of you guys that are watching, I may have to review this, but obviously you can kind of see that some of these do not follow the octet rule, and I probably need to kind of go back and explain that. But if it's not following the octet rule, it does need to follow this formal charge rule. That kind of trumps the octet rule. So make sure you watch that because I am going to have to make some double bonds here. So I'm going to have to erase a pair of electrons, say on that top oxygen atom, and then go back and make that a double bond. That's going to knock my formal charges. This one will now be 0 because it has 6 around it. It's going to knock my sulfur down to 1 plus. So I need to do that again. So I'm going to look at the oxygen atom on the left, and I'm going to erase that pair of electrons on top of it, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to make that double bond. And then now that oxygen atom would be 0, and my sulfur atom now has 6 around it. But if you notice, total electrons around sulfur is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There are 12 electrons around sulfur, and that's okay. There are lots of structures that just kind of disobey that octet rule. You kind of have to throw that octet rule out the window at this point, because formal charges are much more important. Now, we do still have that 1 minus on those two to add up to the 2 minus charge of sulfate. So that is how you would draw this structure. I'm going to redraw it over here. You'd have the double bonds here, and there'd be a double bond here. This is still a single bond, and this one's still a single bond. You still have the 2 pairs of electrons on the double bond, but then you have 3 pairs of electrons on each one of the single bonds. And I didn't draw it because I was in a hurry, but it would have brackets with the charge outside of it. All right, the next one, if I look at that one, I've got the carbon in the middle. When I look at that central atom right there and I see that there are 4 bonding electrons around it and carbon has 4 valence, that's a good sign right there. So it does need to have the 2 minus charge. If I look at the oxygen with the double bond, I've got those 2 right there, those 2 right there. That would be 4, 5, 6, and it has 6 valence. So that guy is sitting at 0. Now, if you look at the other ones though, if you count them, they are carrying the 1 minus charge. So this one was actually written correctly as it was. Not all of them will be, but you do have to check them. And then our last 2 would be, when I look at phosphorus in the center, I'm going to start with, well, let's start with the oxygen atoms. Again, they look the same as the other ones. I see 7 bonding around it, but oxygen has 6 valence. So these guys, again, these guys are all sitting at 1 minus. Okay, and then when I look at the phosphorus in the center, it only has 4 bonding electrons around it, but phosphorus has 5 valence. So that means that phosphorus atom is sitting at 1 plus. So again, those charges would balance to that 3 minus charge that phosphate carries. But your goal is to try to get them as close to 0 as you can. So what you're going to need to do is erase a pair of electrons. So I'm going to go on the atom, the oxygen atom on the right, and I'm going to erase a pair of electrons, and I'm going to make that double bond. So there's going to be a double bonded one right there. And that, what it's going to do is it's going to knock the formal charge of that oxygen atom down to 0. And it's now going to knock the phosphorus, is now going to have 5 bonding around it. It's going to knock it to 0. So the other 3 oxygen are carrying the 3 minus charge for that phosphorus, for that phosphate ion. So that is the correct structure for that one. And then the last one that I'm going to do with you, looking at nitrate, I'm going to start with the oxygen atoms, I guess, because they kind of look similar to the phosphate one. Again, this one over here on the right is fine. It's actually 0 because it has 6 bonding around it and it has 6 valence, but these 2 are sitting at 1 minus. And then my nitrogen has no lone pairs, but there are 4 bonding around it, and nitrogen has 5 valence. So this nitrogen is sitting at 1 plus. So again, I've got the 1 minus charge overall, but I do need to try to, my goal is to try to get them all as close to 0 as I can. So what I need to do is make that double bond. So I'm going to erase a pair of electrons on the oxygen on the left, and I'm going to go back and make that a double bond. And what that does is it will make this a formal charge of 0. And it now that nitrogen has 5 assigned to it, it knocks it down to 0. So everything is down to 0 except that one carrying the 1 minus charge. So that's how you would draw that structure. And you do the brackets. And up here you would do the brackets and say 3 minus. So that is the correct answers for those. Hopefully this makes sense and you guys can get through this. Please let me know if you have any problems. Thanks.